Hello little sweetie. So this is the one that we didn't think would make it. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good. Hello, I'm Liz Zorab. Welcome to Byther Farm. So back in the greenhouse again today. Lots to catch you up with because lots happening. So yesterday we had the issue with the chick going to hatch in the incubator or under a mummy. It hatched under a mummy in the end, but she rejected it. Hello darling. What's going on here? Oh, sweetie, it's cold. Do you not like that one? Okay, this actually isn't dead, so I'm going to get it into the incubator. So we had a very cold, almost dead little bird, which we warmed back up, put in the incubator, and is doing absolutely fine now. It's looking really good and really healthy, so I'm very pleased about that. And the other news is that at least 2 of the mummies, well 3 actually, the 2 girls in the broody mama house have got babies underneath them. The broody Brahma has got babies underneath her. Not the girl in the field yet, who is the one that rejected the little chick. So there's no eggs hatched there as yet, but I will keep you posted on that. No photos yet because I've literally had to lift up a few feathers to see whether anything had hatched or not. I'm certainly not going to poke a camera at them at this stage. We'll wait until they bring the babies out for us to see them. And the other news is, loads of news today, I've moved at last the 5 ducklings out into the duckling run, and I've put them in there. They know where their water is and their food is, and I'm just leaving them to settle in and have a bit of an explore, and then later on this afternoon I'll take the camera over and you can have a look and see how they're getting on. So in here I have, I've been busy actually. You can see I've made a little shelf down here, and those are the large pots with the various different squashes growing in them. So I'm just going to have a look at labels. There's spaghetti squash, one that's called uchiki kiri, which is a really nice little one. That just has really small squashes, about so big. A really nice flavour. One of those squashes is just enough for Mr. J and I to have in a meal. It's really lovely, so I'm very pleased about that. More spaghetti squash, butternut squash, Pacific giant pumpkins, and then over there are more of the butternuts, another giant Pacific, and then on the bench on the lower shelf there are 5 more with more butternut squash and more spaghetti squash, and I'm really pleased. And one called Volskaya Grey. Now I probably haven't pronounced that right, Volskaya, Volskaya, who knows. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to that too. Lots and lots, they keep coming. These are more butternut squash. And these labels, this is a used milk carton, which I just cut up into slices, into pieces, to use as labels. And I've also tried a container from a spreadable butter, but actually that fades, the permanent marker on that fades really quickly, and this is much better. So that's all the squashes that I've done this morning. And I've also sown into modules using these plastic trays, which is their 3rd year of use, and they're actually really flimsy and really starting to fall apart, but I'm going to keep using them. I've sown 48 runner beans, and that's a variety called White Lady. So it has white flowers, which is very lovely, and the bees absolutely love them. Last year, it was, you know, throughout the summer, once they started flowering, it was just like a bee fest the entire time. Every time I went anywhere near them, there were just hundreds of bees, which was really exciting to see. Quite so many liking that, so I'm pleased to have got those started. It will be another 2 weeks or so before I plant them out, which means I've just got time to start growing and hopefully get beyond the stage where they're very delicious for slugs, and will be able to stand their own once they're in the ground. And I've also planted up the long planter, the wrought iron planter, with the 5 tumbling tomatoes that I bought. I haven't grown those from seed. Those ones that I've bought from the local garden centre, because I wasn't going to grow any tomatoes, but words of advice from so many of you, thank you, was to have at least one. So I've taken your advice, and my at least one is 5, which will hopefully give us some just little salad tomatoes to have during the summer. I've also planted a tray of Greek gigantes beans. This is one of the trays you get at the garden centre that has lots of pots sitting in it, but it seemed to me, you know, it's a good reuse of plastic, and actually this plastic is recyclable after I've used it. So anyway, there are 10 spaces in there. Each have got 2 Greek gigantes bean seeds in it, and I'm really excited about these. So I've got another 31 seeds to sow, so that will be, and I'll sow them in pairs, so that's 10 or 15, so I'll have 25 canes to get into the ground to support 25 times 2 of these beans. It's now early evening. I've got supper in the oven, and then I just thought I would finish off, because I stopped earlier on when an egg customer arrived, and then I got sidetracked with other things. Anyway, the thing I wanted to tell you was, and I think I've forgotten to tell you before, so sorry about that, was that the asparagus has come up. The little asparagus seeds that were sown, well, I can't remember how long ago, but a little while ago. So they're now 3 to 4 inches high. So that covers the greenhouse. This afternoon I've spent some time with the ducklings to make sure they're settling in, and they're absolutely fine. I think they're going to be fine. Tonight Mr. J and I are going to have to try and help them into the house to show them where their bed is, because obviously they don't know that yet, and we'll probably need to do that for a couple of nights, and then after that they should get the hang of it without any problems at all. All the other ducklings have in the past, so I think we can safely assume that these ones will as well. So yesterday I was talking about the canes that I'd put in for the climbing beans, and I just wanted to show you what I meant by them crossing over. So you can see here that the canes are put in at the centre of the bed, and then they lean outwards to a framework on the edge of the bed, and that way the beans will all hang down and make themselves easily accessible when it comes time to picking them. And I also wanted to show you how neat it's all starting to look. I'm really pleased with how this is coming together. And this is the bed that I made yesterday, the day before yesterday, and I filled it with wood chippings that were on the path, so they're fairly well rotted down, and then a layer of cardboard just in case there are any weeds. I can see a little aeroplane going over me, so sorry if it's getting really noisy. So yeah, so covered over with a thick layer of cardboard, and then these wood chippings, which are mostly Scots pine, and hopefully those will break down over the next year or so. And if I do want to use that bed, I'm going to do what I've done previously, which is make channels and put compost in the channels and sow into those channels. Well, that's it for me today. I'm heading inside to get our supper sorted, and so wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a gentle one, and I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.